Welcome, welcome everyone. Just letting a few more people in as they join. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a really good weekend. I see many of you from our last workshop, which is super cool. Good morning, good evening. I know we had a few folks joining in from the UK.
Not in focus.
Let's see, how do I see everyone here? I'm not in focus. How do I, let's see. There we go. Super out of focus. Oh, is that what you meant? I thought you meant that I wasn't spotlighted. All right, there we go. All right, lots of Fathom note takers. So give me a second here while I approve. Good morning, checking in from Southern California. That's not too far away from us. We are in the Bay Area in San Jose. So the southern part of the Bay Area. Right, I don't know why it won't let me admit anybody else. What is going on? There we go. All right, okay, I think that worked. All right. All right, I'm not in focus still. I will be in focus as soon as we get started here. I'm using a very fancy camera, you see, so it has a lot of depth of focus things, which is only cool when I'm actually in focus, I know. We'll get it figured out. Hey, from Cyprus, from Southern California, Sweden, Pennsylvania. Oh, we have like, hello from everywhere. Love it. Why are we talking about child labor already? It's Monday morning. Come on. Cool. New York, Vancouver, BC. We used to live in Vancouver. We spent 2 years in Vancouver. Cabo, Mexico. I'd like to be there right now. I'm sure you guys have much better weather than we do. It's not raining today, but it's gray. Dallas, cold Florida. That's funny. Cold Florida, huh? I guess so. California is not the only one that's just freezing right now. I shouldn't say freezing. I think some of you might be offended with me saying freezing. It's cold for us. All right. Okay. So let's get started here. I just don't want to. Zoom does this weird thing where I can't see who's in the waiting room once I start sharing my screen. And I just want to make sure that we have everyone admitted. Low 30s here. Wait, where? Low 30s where? In Gettysburg. Ooh. 25 in Kentucky. Okay, I'm jealous of you guys. Oh, wait. 25 as in like cold. Hold on. So my husband keeps talking to me in Celsius, and I swear my brain is just all it's a big fat mess. It's a jumbled mess. Low 30s and 32 is cold. Oh my goodness. 83 in Southern Florida. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, minus 50. I think that's okay. So that's Celsius. Okay. All right. Lots of cold weather in the house. For those of you that are tuning in from warmer weathers, I am super jealous. Yeah, super cold in Minneapolis as well. Oh, Ontario. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are way colder than we are in California. All right, let me go into presentation mode here and share my screen. Let's see. All right, let's put this here. Okay. All right, tell me if you see my screen. Everybody see my screen okay? Can I get a thumbs up for those of you that I can see your cameras on? Awesome, thank you, thank you. Okay, you see me, you see my screen. As long as you see my screen, that's the more important part. No screen.
No screen. No screen. We see you, but no screen.
Oh, okay, well, thank you for that. Okay, so that's not what I intended to do. All right, now do you see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you guys. I'm glad I asked before launching into full presentation mode and then finding that you were looking at my face the whole time. That's not going to be very helpful. All right, guys. I'm going to let a few more people in here and then let's dive right in. All right.
The screen you're sharing is not in presentation mode. It's the other one.
Oh, I'm sharing my notes. Okay, I'm gonna get my life together here in just a second. Sorry, guys. Sorry, too many screens, too many things. Here we go. Okay, now tell me if, now do you see my presentation without my, awesome.
Yes.
9:07 a.m. here and we're winning. We can do this. All right, cool. Okay, so happy Monday. And whether it's morning or evening or middle of the night for you guys, thank you so much for joining in. I know that Mondays are a little tough to make something like this happen. So it's President's Day here in the US and President's Week for us for the kids at school. So we have the week off. It's actually a holiday week for us here. So we wanted to squeeze in this workshop before we head out and take the kids out. So that's why it's on a Monday, but usually we try and host these on Thursdays just because it feels like a better day where the craziness of the week isn't upon us and we can actually take some time to absorb new information, unlearn maybe some old information, which I'm going to, which is going to be part of my goal today is to help you unlearn maybe some things that you've been told about the perfect offer and let you decide what feels like a better fit and what makes the most sense based on your own experiences. So hopefully nobody here is completely new to the concept of offers. Hopefully you guys have been around for a while. You've built a few offers. Some of them may have failed. Some of them may have succeeded. Regardless of whether you've had any that have succeeded or not, you're probably aware of how hard it is to get an offer to succeed, right? So we're going to be talking a lot about what it is that larger multi-million-dollar companies do. And it's kind of simple when you break it down. But what they do in order to make sure that 9 out of 10 offers are going to succeed instead of the other way around, which I find that most of us, when we're just starting out with our businesses, are unfortunately the other way around, right? 9 out of 10 offers don't actually succeed. And we don't want you guys to spend your time and energy and money on launching offers that are unlikely to actually convert into sales for you. All right. So with that, a lot of us come in with our experience. We come into offer making with this concept of, you know, I've been around, I know what I do best, and I'm going to create this offer that is just should be great, right? It should work. And so let's test it out. All right. I think there's nobody else in the waiting room right now. I keep looking over here to make sure that I'm admitting everyone. But today what we're going to be talking about is how to be customer obsessed. And no surprise, if you look at any of the larger companies, Apple, Amazon are the ones that I look at the most because those are the companies that I've worked with before on their product launches. And I can tell you firsthand information, they are completely customer obsessed. They release nothing unless it has been completely vetted by their own customers. They use their market's language. That's something that we covered at our workshop last month in January. So they're completely, by the way, speaking of our workshop last month, anyone here from, and let me actually open my chat window as well. Too many windows everywhere. Anyone here from the calendar? So we have a Hey Levi calendar. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. Some of you may have jumped into this workshop straight from the calendar without registering for the event. Maha, my team, if you guys are here, can you drop in the registration link to the event? If you're here, that's great. Obviously, you know, that's the most important part. But as Jackie said in the chat, we want to make sure that you guys are registered just so you get access to the replays after the workshop. So if you want to come back and rewatch or relearn any of it, you'll have access to it. So if you're not registered, we have no way of knowing that you came to the workshop and we won't be able to send you anything. We don't send out spam, I promise. We just want to send you guys the replay link to this. Where's the Hey Levi calendar? Team, if you wouldn't mind dropping that in the chat as well, the Hey Levi calendar. So definitely add the calendar to your calendar so you always know what workshops we have coming up. We're on a mission to make sure that we never have an empty calendar. We always have, we're really going for monthly workshops this year. But you know, more importantly, we want to make sure that we are continuing to show you guys how to use AI to actually drive revenue to your business. Not just use it as a shiny object, which I know a lot of us are seeing probably in our feeds. AI is this big shiny object thing that not a lot of people know how to actually leverage to make money in their business. And that's definitely not what we're about. We're about making money in your business, right? AI is only useful if it can help you make money, and not as a, hey, let me show everyone that I'm an AI expert today, get some customers in, but I don't really know how in the long run it's actually going to drive revenue for my clients. So not in that way. All right. There's a question about Benson AI. I'll let the team jump in and answer. But we've had a lot of people come to us from Benson AI. Obviously, to be fair, there may be people going from Hey Levi to Benson. I can't speak to that because those people don't come and tell us that. But I have had a lot of people come over to us saying, hey, we used to use Benson. We just came over to Hey Levi. So, we get a lot of feedback from folks who do that. So, feel free to check it out. We have a free tier as well for exactly that purpose. You can use it, see if you like it, and then if you like it, you can upgrade to the full suite of features. A lot of you here might be on the free version of Hey Levi right now. Actually, can we get a quick feel for how many of you guys are current Hey Levi users and customers versus brand new to Hey Levi? Maybe you just signed up for Hey Levi for this workshop, or you haven't even signed up yet. So if you're current, actually drop me an OG. You guys are my OGs. Drop me an OG in the chat. And if you're new, say new in the chat. All right, awesome. Lots of OGs. Okay, we have some news coming in. Looks like a really good mix so far. Awesome. Awesome. Let me expand my chat window here. Zoom is not letting me do that. Okay, so lots of news and OGs. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So we have a really good mix. So for those of you that are new, welcome. Hopefully you'll be able to learn something that you've never heard of or seen before. Today, we have a lot of golden nuggets in here for you today. So we really want you guys, whether you're using Hey Levi, using a different app, the idea is for you to understand how to leverage AI, not for the sake of leveraging AI, but actually how to use it to help you build a perfect offer. So with that, let's jump in. I'm going to move on. Oh, and one more housekeeping thing. If you guys have any questions, keep dropping them in the chat. I'm going to try to stay focused because I want to make sure to honor the time that you're here and make sure that I'm not distracted by answering questions in the chat. My team is here. They're going to be answering questions for you guys. So unless team, please unmute yourselves and let me know if I need to stop and address something or answer any questions. If you guys have any account related questions, let's say you just signed up for Hey Levi and you can't find the password confirmation email, for example, just email us at help@heylevi.ai. We won't be able to cover any account related troubleshooting issues today on this workshop, but we have our customer support team ready and standing by to help you guys with anything that you need on the account front. Awesome. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, cool. So with that, let's dive in. So I'm going to start with Alex Hormozi. I have a few Alex Hormozi quotes in here today, so bear with me. Most of you guys, I'm sure, know Alex Hormozi, and you know that he's the OG when it comes to offers, and so there's just so much gold that comes out of that guy when it comes to building irresistible offers that your audiences can't say no to, right? He always talks about building offers so good that your audience feels stupid saying no to them. And that's what we're going to go over today. All right. Okay. So the point of good writing is for the reader to understand, right? The point of good persuasion, AKA your offers, is for your prospect to feel understood. You see the difference there? You don't want them to just understand what it is, although a lot of us with our early offers, we actually miss that as well. They're really hard to understand what we're packing in and what we actually do. But the point of creating an offer is to make your prospect feel understood. It's not about simply solving a pain point. It's not about simply creating something that maybe doesn't exist in the market right now. It's not about creating something that maybe your special sauce that you know you're really good at, and you feel like you need to bring it to the market. Unless it makes your prospects feel understood, it is not going to be an irresistible offer, right? All right, so this is something that I shared at our workshop last month. If any of you guys weren't here last month, by the way, and if you want to check out the workshop, we talked about something called Voice of Customer, which is how to mimic the language that your customers are using to describe everything from their pain points to their goals to the tasks that they're looking to do right now. Everything that they are using to describe their world, if you use that language, they automatically believe that you have the solution before you've even started to sell to them. Okay, it's all about the messaging that you use in your offers and how you present it to them in a way that makes them feel understood. And they feel understood when you use the same language that they use to reflect back to them what the offer that you're presenting to them is going to do for them, if that makes sense. That was a lot of for them in that sentence. Okay, so speaking to a pain point draws people in. Speaking to those pain points in a customer's own words makes people believe you have the solution. We're not going to spend too long on this. Again, there's a replay available. For anyone interested, just reach out to our team. Email us at help@heylevi.ai or just message in the chat, and our team can share the YouTube link with you for the replays. All right, so but since you guys, I noticed that there's a lot of new people here. Let me just pause really quick before we go further with that. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Raheen. I'm the founder or co-founder of Hey Levi. I have my other co-founder sitting right there, so I'd better be careful. Also known as my husband. Together we have created this thing called Hey Levi, which we'll go into a little bit later today. But we really wanted to first introduce ourselves. I don't know if he wants to introduce himself, but I'll introduce myself. So for those of you that don't know me, here's a little bit about me. This is what my marketing team told me I need to do for this workshop, since we have a lot of new folks here, to build my credibility. So give me 2 minutes. I'm going to go through this and then we'll get back to the meat of the topic. But in case you're like, this lady is telling me a lot of stuff that I have actually never heard of before so far. I've just started with Alex Hormozy, so I know that that's not the sentiment yet, but I will be saying some things that you guys are going to be like, that's not what everybody else is saying though. So if it helps, this is where I get all of my information and my experience from. I spent 8 years of my career in storytelling for Hollywood, or visual effects for Hollywood. That's about half of my IMDb profile. So been around for quite a few years, done a lot of storytelling, done a lot of movie making, and done a lot of brand work, right? The idea of building a brand that sells stories that your audience can resonate with is all about what Marvel does. And that's the kind of thing that we bring into brand building today as well. I lost my arrow. There we go. I also spent 2 years working on product launches for some big brands like Apple, Amazon, the Fire Phone, which was a disaster, Windows Vista. There was a Motorola deck. I don't know if any of you remember. I think it was in 2013 or 2014. But there was a Michael Phelps ad. Anyway, not to get too carried away with that one, but worked with Motorola deck. That was actually in collaboration with Radio Shack as well. Windows Vista, and I always like to put that Pine Sol bottle in there because with all of the tech launches that I did, I also got to launch a new fragrance for Pine Sol, which was, obviously super cool and just hilarious. But I had to put that in there. One thing that you'll see is that there's one strong, successful offer, successful product on this page, and there's a reason for that. It's true that I was a part of a lot more failed launches than I was a part of successful launches. And that is exactly what's taught me what works, and most importantly, what doesn't work. Because if you're not aware of what doesn't work in the market, it's really hard to avoid those pitfalls, no matter how much you know about what does work, right? And so we're going to be covering some of that today. But most importantly, I think, at least for us, we've been building out Hey Levi for the last 2.5 years, which, obviously we're biased, but it's an AI app that we found that everybody needs, but nobody else was building. What we saw other people building with AI as soon as it came out in August 2022, when the OpenAI API came out, is content apps. And a few other things, copywriting apps, content apps. And so to answer questions around how we're different from everything else on the market, we're not a content app. We're not a copywriting app. We do some of that. The app does a lot of that, but that's not our special sauce, if you will. We're really more of a business app that helps you from everything from branding to offer building to understanding your customer avatars. That's really our secret sauce, is helping you understand your customer avatars on a really, really deep level. I'm even going to go out on a limb and say we probably are more customer avatar obsessed than any other app out there. Yes, we also with that do content and copywriting, because once you have your brand strategy nailed, once you have your offers dialed in, once you really understand your customers on this really deep personal level, then it becomes easy to create content, marketing, sales, copy, all of that that reflects that. But we're really just more focused on helping you understand your customer avatars in a way that's going to help you sell more. That's the big promise of the app. That's what we do best. But with that, that's really what I've done over the past, 16 years. There's, 4 or 5 years missing in that trajectory that I just shared with you. That's the time I took some time off to have some babies, live some life, and also play around with ideas on the kinds of offers and businesses that maybe I wanted to pursue. Because once I had my kids, my first kid, I realized that I never wanted to go back to working for one of these big corporate companies again. I learned a lot from them. I'm super grateful for the experience. But many of you probably relate to this. There comes a time in your life when you know that you need to be doing something on your own instead of fitting into somebody else's mold, right? So all right, so let's get back to what we were talking about before all of that. So the point of good writing is for the reader to understand. The point of good persuasion is for the prospect to feel understood. And then this is what I shared, right? This is something that I like to say. When you speak about a customer's pain point in their own language, they believe you have the solution before you've even started to sell to them, right? Can you guys tell me what was the common theme there? What's the common theme in those two slides, in those two quotes and slides? Again, I'm gonna expand my chat a little bit. All right, beautiful kids, thank you. All right, you relate, yeah. So any guesses on what the common theme there was? Did you see anything pop out? Customer focus, customer feeling understood. Exactly. You guys already got it. Create copy for the customer's perspective, client-centric, knowing your customers. Exactly. It's really about being customer obsessed, right? So it's about understanding your prospects and understanding your customers. Really, really being obsessed with understanding your market and understanding them on a level that is similar to how you understand your best friends. All right. So with that understanding of how the perfect offer, the secret sauce for these bigger companies is literally just that, is just being customer obsessed. With that in mind, let's talk really quick about what a perfect offer is not, right? It's not a regurgitated version of somebody else's proven offer. How many of you guys see language around this? Like, hey, come to this workshop or buy my X, Y, and Z because it's a proven offer. It's made me these many millions of dollars and you can just have it. You can just take my offer. What do you guys think is going to happen if you just take somebody else's proven offer, no matter how well it's worked for them and how much money it's brought them? Flops? Yeah, but why? Why do you think that there's a bigger chance? I'm not saying it's 100%, but there's a much bigger chance that it's not going to work as well for you. Any guesses why? Hint, it's what we just talked about, right? Exactly. Our customers are different, right? It's more than likely that these proven offers that are being gifted to you or sold to you were not designed with your specific customers in mind. Their customers are not your customers. You don't have that relationship with those customers that they do. Or if you do, if it's literally for the same market, same target audience, and you are serving that same exact audience, same customer avatars that the offer was built for, congratulations, you're not competing with whoever just gave you their offer, right? So it's really important to understand that it's great. These proven offers are great. I've been to a lot of these workshops where people will give us their proven offers. Some of them are great. Some of them are not so great. That's just the case with anything out there. But most importantly, it's important to understand that when you do take somebody else's proven offer, it is more than likely not going to work just right out of the box exactly the way it is, unless it's been tweaked and finessed and tested on your customers. And that doesn't mean just add things that are maybe missing for your customers. It's equally important to take out the things that are not relevant, right? You don't want your offer to be a bloated thing of just like everything thrown in there, hoping something will sell. All right, let's go next. All right. So a bonus stuffed sales play. So that brings us to the next point, right? You don't want your offer to be so stuffed with bonuses because you're not sure which part is actually going to sell. You're not sure which part of the offer is actually going to stand out and make somebody want to buy. And so something that a lot of small business owners tend to do, me included, I went through years of doing this until I realized what the heck I was doing. You don't want to bonus stuff your offers unless they truly will help supplement the main promise of the offer, right? All features, no brand alignment. So again, talking about Apple and Amazon, this is like me, going to Apple and saying, hey, you guys should really be, you should start selling your products to be the best offer out there. Like it should be the best, what's the word for it? I said discount yesterday, and my husband, who used to work for Amazon, was like, don't use discount. That's not the right term. But anyway, so you go to Amazon, right, to find the best deals on things. Does anybody walk into an Apple store hoping you're going to find the best deal on things? Anybody? No, right? Does anybody, right? I see a lot of like hands like this, but do you go on to Amazon.com thinking you're ready to like pull out your wallet and spend a few $1,000s on something really premium? Anybody? No, right? Okay, so I'm seeing a few notes in the chat. A lot of you shaking your heads on camera. So yeah, so it feels weird to even think about that, and there's a reason for that, right? If you are selling offers that are not aligned with your brand, with who you are as a brand and what you stand for, those offers are only, if they work, they're only going to work for so long before they crash and burn, or they're just never going to work at all. That's just the sad reality of it, right? And let me get back to my, there we go. And you don't want it to be discount heavy. How many of you guys here have ever felt the need to offer a discount in order to close a sale? Anybody? Put a 0 in the chat if you've never felt the need to offer a discount in order to close a sale, or a 1 if you have. I would put a lot of 1s in there because I learned the hard way, not gonna lie. 2, there you go. Any 0s? 0.5, okay, I'll take that, okay. You've kind of felt compelled to, maybe you gave a small discount, but nothing too crazy. Definitely not Walmart style is how I'm gonna read those 0.5s. I have, but don't do it too often. That's great. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with discounts. We do it too, but at the right time and because there's a strategy behind it, right? We'll do it for things like Black Friday. We'll do it for, those of you from the high level world, we'll do it at Level Up. But we don't like to offer ongoing discounts, and we definitely don't do it on sales calls. It's not because we're stuck up about what we offer. It's just because we don't focus on the price. We just don't. When you see all the value that, our offers bring, you feel kind of maybe silly in a way, even thinking about the price, because it just feels like a no-brainer at that point. Right. Okay. So we have 10 came as a direct message to me. So that's awesome. If you've never had to offer a discount, that means you've got your positioning nailed. So that's awesome. All right. And a 1 and done deal. This is the last one. So if you have an offer that starts to work, don't make the mistake of thinking that you found the right way, it's going to work forever. It's working now, it's going to work forever. You never have to look at it. You never have to look into the numbers that it's bringing in and if it's still working next week, next month, as well as it is working today. You don't want to do that because that can hurt you in the long run. There are offers that are built for your audience and their needs today. But unless your market is static and nobody in your audience is changing at all, they're not evolving, nobody's growing, the market isn't changing, their needs aren't changing, people aren't changing, that offer is also going to need to change with those customers, right? So one more Alex Hormozi quote here before we jump into actually building out our perfect offer. If you have no offer, you have no business and no life. If you have a bad offer, you're probably looking at negative profits, no business, and a miserable life. I don't know. That's kind of harsh, but anyway, I didn't say it. Alex did. If you have a decent offer, you probably have no profit, a stagnating business, and a stagnating life. This one actually hurt me because I've had a lot of decent offers, and so that middle one really got me. A good offer, you have some profit, you have an okay business, and an okay life, right? Any of that resonate with you guys? You feel like you're somewhere on this spectrum here? And then if you have a grand slam offer, you have a fantastic profit, you have an insane business because it's growing like crazy, and you have the freedom that comes with that. And that's why we're all here, right? That's why we decide to become business owners, is not to have an okay life or to have a stagnating or miserable life. It is to have freedom. That's really what everyone is after here, right? All right. Cool. So with that, I think it's clear that a bad offer or a decent offer are probably worse than having no offer at all, right? What we want for you guys is to not just have a good offer, but a grand slam offer. Okay. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. All right. So with that, any questions? Drum roll. Yes, I'm going to switch over to my Hey Levi screen here. Let's see if I can do that here. Let me just stop sharing for a second. Any questions so far, guys? Is any of this resonating with you? Do you feel like, okay, this is one of you? We just described one of where you're currently at with your offers. Anybody? Let's see, let me switch over here. All right, I don't see anybody. So I guess you guys are all Grand Slam offer creators. Maybe you guys can teach me something. How can we use AI to create better offers? Okay, that's what we're gonna talk about today. So obviously, I think everybody here knows that we're the owners and the creators of an app called Hey Levi, right? So we are going to be looking at Hey Levi and how you can create Grand Slam offers in Hey Levi. But if you guys are like, oh, I really just want to use ChatGPT, that's totally fine. We'll tell you guys how you can replicate something like that in a different tool like ChatGPT as well. All right, so let me share my screen here. Make sure I can still see you guys. Here we go. Okay, you see my screen, and is it big enough? I know that sometimes when I share my screen, it's like really small and nobody can see anything. Can I get a quick thumbs up? It's good? Okay, I see a lot of you saying it's good. Okay, great. So today's demo, if any of you guys have been on any of our workshops or webinars before, you know that we usually use examples from service-based businesses. And so yesterday I reached out to my marketing team and I was like, what do you guys think? Like, should we do an e-com business for a change? Like, let's just mix it up. A lot of what we're going to cover, regardless of the type of business you have, whether it's a service-based business, whether you're a high-level agency selling SaaS, or a local mom and pop shop, or an e-com business, whatever it is, a lot of this is going to apply exactly as is. If you have any questions at all about how this relates to your business, please drop it in the chat, and we'll definitely answer those. But keep in mind that it doesn't matter what we demo, it really all translates, because at the end of the day, if you understand your customers, what they want, what they need, what they're looking for on a social, emotional, philosophical level, not just on a physical level, that's when you start to build irresistible offers, right? We're all multifaceted, multidimensional beings. And something that we want or yearn for isn't necessarily just it doesn't necessarily just hinge on like one single pain point in our lives. Right? Okay, so with that, we're gonna, I'm not even a dog mama, so I was telling my team, and actually Jackie from our team specifically, because I know she's a dog mama. So correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm saying anything that does not sound like a business that would want to sell to dog mamas. Here, let me just admit a few more people in really quick. Okay. But yeah, so I found this business. Now, this is an actual business. It's called a Foggy Dog. Okay, really cute. And I was like, why not use this as an example? So today we're going to pretend that we are Foggy Dog. And if you guys have your Hey Levi accounts open, please feel free to work on this alongside. This is meant to be a workshop, not a webinar. So we really want you guys to be working on this alongside us. If you really want to use something like ChatGPT, I still urge you to use at least a free version of Hey Levi just to get a feel of what we are doing here on the workshop. And then if you guys want to go back to any other tool, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, we don't hold that against you at all. So this workshop is all about providing value and helping you build out perfect offers, no matter what tool you use. So with that, let Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so this is a shop. They offer, you can see all the different things that they offer. So they offer everything from bandanas and hats, I guess, to sweaters and raincoats, ID tags, collars, bow ties, a lot of different accessories for dogs, right? Okay, so let's jump back in here. Now, I've already created a brand playbook. If you guys are looking at a brand new Hey Levi account, you're probably seeing an onboarding screen. There should be a skip onboarding button here. If you want to just skip, that's fine. Or just click on product playbooks. That's the step we're going to be looking at today. Okay. I'm just going to show you an example of what a brand playbook looks like in Hey Levi, because again, we want every offer that you create to be perfectly aligned with your brand, with your brand's unique value propositions, with your brand's message, with your brand's values. And so the first thing that we do in Hey Levi specifically is to build out your brand. But again, if you don't have a brand, or if you do have a brand playbook in your account, but you're like, I haven't like really spent the time to make it perfect, that's fine. You can come back and do that later. The idea is just to see how this is now going to feed into our perfect offer. Okay, so this brand playbook has my elevator pitch here. It has some identity pillars. It has my brand narrative, which means a customer avatar at the brand level. This is usually really confusing for a lot of people. So I want to take a minute to explain what the difference between a brand level customer avatar is and a product level customer avatar. Okay. So at a brand level, it's really about all the people that would be interested in working with your brand. Okay. Again, going into the whole, I know that none of us here are like Apple level, but just using Apple as an example, it's all the people that would be interested in buying or looking at or considering an Apple product. Okay, if you're in the market for an iPhone versus an iMac or whatever device you're looking at, now you're a product level customer avatar with very specific needs that we're going to dial into in our product playbooks. But at a brand level, you're just somebody who buys into the idea that Apple creates tech products that feel like an extension of yourself. It's just that simple, right? So anybody who enjoys tech and doesn't mind paying a premium price for tech that just feels like it works, everything connects seamlessly, and it just feels like an extension of your life, that you're an Apple brand level customer avatar. Okay, then we want to define their customer journey with your brand. And so this has everything from the pain point to the positioning to the solution and the risk of inaction. Value props and taglines, brand identity pillars, colors, fonts, all of that, everything that goes into a brand playbook is here. Okay, let's move on, because again, this is not what we want to focus on today. What we're going to focus on is product playbooks. So let me open this up here as well, really quick. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, everybody, whoever is working alongside me, let me know if you guys have Hey Levi open and you know where to find your product playbooks tab. All good? Got it. Yes. Yeah. Okay, awesome. You're ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. The first thing you want to do is click on add product playbook. Now, if you already have an offer and you've created a product playbook for this, feel free to just open that up and you can tweak it as you go. It doesn't have to be a new offer from scratch. But if you are creating a new offer from scratch, I want you to know that you're in the right place. This is the easiest way to create a Grand Slam offer from scratch. Okay. And by the way, for all of you OGs in the room, you're going to see a few new things too. We just released a few new things over last week and over the weekend. So you're going to see some cool stuff in product playbooks as well. Excuse me. All right. So when you say add product playbook, the first thing you're going to see is this, not too exciting of a screen, but it's going to ask you if you have a name for your offer, which you may not. If this is truly an offer that you're building from scratch, you may not know what is this product or service or offer that you're trying to put together. What are you going to call it? You may not know, and that's fine. Okay. So so just going with this dog walking business, right? So let's go back to this website really quick again. What these guys do is sell dog accessories. Okay. Now I had Hey Levi scrape this website for me. And one thing that I missed that Hey Levi pointed out for me is this little important key piece of information in their footer. It says every order feeds a shelter dog. So clearly at a brand level, they are targeting and going after people who not just own dogs and who like cute accessories for their dogs. It's about people who have this need, this philosophical, emotional need to also give back to dog shelters, right? And provide a better life and take better care of shelter dogs. All right, so That's really important. So this is the kind of stuff you can miss if you're just looking at your customers as, hey, they're in this niche, they're this demographic, and they have this pain point, right? It's really important to understand this underlying need that people have that makes them want to buy more than the outside external superficial need. Because if you're just addressing the superficial need, guaranteed you're not going to be able to create an irresistible offer. You have to understand that human beings are like multifaceted and you have to cater to all of those different things, right? All right. So, excuse me, I think I need some water here, but that right there is really important. So, okay, so I brought it into Hey Levi at the brand level, and it actually scraped the brand playbook that we just looked at. It actually scraped that and brought that part out into the customer avatar, which I thought was really neat. But let's pretend that because we know, right, we want to build offers that are going to make more money. We don't want to just sell things that are like anywhere between 20 to 100 bucks or whatever they sell their accessories for. We want a service-based business added or a service-based offer added to our existing offers and products that's going to be able to help us bring in more money. But we also know that because our customer avatars really care about giving back to dog shelters, this is going to have to be structured in a way, probably, and we're going to test this, in a way where we are using the extra profits, using the extra revenue that we generate from this new offer towards dog shelters, right? That's clearly an important thing for us to have in our offer. But again, we're going to test all this out. So let's just say I don't have a name for this yet. I don't know what I'm going to call this, right? But I'm going to say this is something that I just copied and pasted from their website. So I'm going to say what I really want to do is create an offer that is a dog walking service. I want to add a dog walking service to my list of offers with optional upgrades to include a coordinated kit of our most popular dog walking essentials. Each set is handpicked, is a handpicked combination of a leash, collar, and waist bag dispenser. They actually have this on their website, by the way. I didn't make this up. The only part that we're making up is, let's say they want to introduce a service-based offer, right? So a brand new offer that they have never validated, never sold before. Now, what I can do here is say this is a service, right? It's a dog walking service. This is something new. This is something that a lot of our users, our OG users, have been asking for, is a way to help them name their offers. And so that's what you can do here now, okay? If you don't already have a name, you can simply say suggest names. If you've already put in a description, it'll bring that in here. If you haven't yet put in a description for your offer, you can do that here and it'll carry over to the other field at the back here as well. And then I can just say suggest names, right? And maybe I like some of these. Maybe I like, yesterday when I was playing with this and I was telling Kanal, my husband, this, that I'm sure I'm not going to get a name as good. But yesterday it gave me Leash Up, which I really liked. So I can go more names, or I can just pick from one of these names, or I can get inspired by these names and say, okay, oh, there's Leash Up. Gave me the same name again. Awesome. I can write my own name. If I'm inspired by these suggestions, I can just type it up here, or I can select one of these options. Pocket. Mark, you like Pocket? Pup Pack? Okay, let's go with a different one, actually. Which one do you guys like best? I see a Pocket and I see a Pup Pack in the chat. Any other votes? I like Barkit. Any other votes, guys? Okay, let's go with... where is it? Where did Pocket? Okay, let's go with Pocket. Okay. Got another vote for Pocket. So let's go with that. Okay. Oh, I just realized why it's cool, because it rhymes or it sounds like pocket, in my pocket. I didn't even get that. Sorry, guys, I'm slow today. Okay, so we have Pocket, we have it's a service, and we have a description of it, right? Now, by default, for every offer, it's going to pull in my brand level customer avatar. This is where I want to tell the AI, I want to tell Hey Levi who it is that I'm targeting with this offer, okay? Now, don't get too stressed out if you're not sure who your customer avatar is for this offer yet, because that's exactly what the playbook is going to help you do. The important part is describing your audience, or simply saying, okay, I have my brand customer avatar that I'm either going to dial in and make a super detailed customer avatar for my product, or I'm going to segment this larger audience and have the AI tell me what segments I need to dial in on. Does that make sense, right? You guys all familiar with segmenting your audience in order to really get your messaging perfect? It all depends on how niche down your offer is going to be. In this case, This is a dog walking service that is probably going to apply to everybody that is attracted to this brand. It's not just going to be one segment of it. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my brand level customer avatar in here. You can select this text and write over it if you don't want to do that. But I'm going to leave that in here. Ignore the voice of customer thing. If you guys were here for the workshop last month, you know what this is, but we're going to ignore it for now. If you're in a new account, this is kind of an advanced level messaging tool. And what I'm going to say here is I don't want it to segment this. You can segment it into 3 parts. I'm going to just stick with one, and we're going to dial this in super detailed, super niche to go for this product, for this offer. All right, you guys with me so far? All making sense so far? I'm going to hit go, and now it's going to create my product level, my offer level, super hyper detailed customer avatar for me. And you guys will see the product playbook level customer avatars are really, really detailed. We had somebody a couple of months ago on a workshop say these Hey Levi customer avatars really dig deep into the core of the earth. And that's how we like to think of them as well. We really want to help you understand your customer avatars like you understand your best friends, like you understand your family, right? You want to sell your family member or your best friend on going to a new movie with you, right? That's you and your negotiation skills. Maybe it's a movie that you know that they're not actually going to be interested in, but you want to convince them to go with you anyway. You're probably going to know exactly what to say to them to convince them to go, right? Because you know them well enough. You know exactly what's going to resonate with them. And that's the level that we want to get you guys to understand your customer avatars. Can this be done with the free version of Hey Levi? Absolutely. We actually give you guys one product playbook. So you get one product playbook, one brand voice, and every account gets one brand playbook with the free account. All right. Dating coaching app, yeah, you can offer this as anything. I mean, the opportunities are endless as long as you understand and can ask your customer avatar. The opportunity and the possibilities are endless. Okay, so it's created a persona here for me, or a customer avatar named Emma. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save this here just to show you what this looks like and make this a little bit easier to read. If you save it at this point, it is going to give you this alert because there's a lot more that goes into creating your product playbook, but just go ahead and say I'm sure. And it's going to show you this really nice view. So there's pocket where you'll be able to see things a little bit clearly, okay, more clearly. So this is our brand level customer avatar. This is our product level customer avatar. Can you guys see the difference? You guys see the difference between these customer avatars? You see how useful it is to have a brand level customer avatar that kind of encompasses anybody who would want to do business with you for any of your offers or products, and then really understanding them on a deep, deep, deep level at an offer level so that you can actually know exactly how to sell to this kind of person. What kind of marketing messaging is going to resonate, what to say to them on a sales call, like everything, right? So we don't just go with demographic background and struggles and fears and pain points and blockages, which is what you'll see most customer avatars have. We're also looking at what is their immediate task to be accomplished, right? This sounds obvious to a lot of people, so it doesn't even make it to a lot of customer avatar cards. But this is what product marketers at larger companies call a job to be done. What is the immediate task that needs to be done with this offer? And that's where a lot of people stop, right? They think, well, my offer is going to help them, give them an opportunity to go live their life while their dog gets walked. But it's so much more than that, right? So we want to understand their dreams and goals. We want to understand their buying behavior. We want to understand, what their values are and how these products and this offer is going to align with her values. We want to understand her inner dialogue. And again, this is something that the inner dialogue stuff is what we dove really, really deep into at our last workshop in January. But it's just talking about, it's like writing a page from the diary, right? You want to know what it is that they're thinking, what it is that they're saying to themselves, to their best friends, to their diaries. How are they talking about whatever it is that you are trying to solve and improve for them? The marketing strategy, right? We want to see exactly how to market to her. And we want to see the pricing strategy, right? We also want to know what kind of pricing is going to work for this customer avatar. All right, yeah, Maha just put it in the chat. The difference between a brand level avatar and a customer level. Oh, I think you mean product level or offer level avatar, not customer level avatar, Maha. Yes. Okay, so and it's obvious, right? Like at a brand level, you're just attracting people who are the right fit for your brand on an emotional level, personal level. When you're selling to them, you have to go much, much deeper, right? And that's why there's so much more details. Okay, so Here, let's look at what we have. So let's actually look at some of these things, right? She is interested in sustainable living. She prefers to purchase eco-friendly and ethically produced products. She's passionate about animal welfare. Now, we're not going to read every word on this, guys, but I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to get super familiar with your product level or offer level customer avatars. Again, you want to know these people on a very, very deep level. You don't want to know them just surface level, okay? Really important to get really familiar with all of this. And we're going to show you different ways to do it. You don't just have to read this and like learn this for an exam. Just get familiar with it, right? So we want to see that she is usually overwhelmed with the thought of not doing enough for animal welfare, right? That's important to know. Her immediate task that she wants to accomplish right now is to find a convenient and stylish dog walking service, right? Maybe she likes cute things for her dog. Her dog walking service needs to reflect that standards that she has for her dog. That not only meets her needs, but also aligns with her values. Again, contributions to animal welfare everywhere. Her main blockages are finding reliable and ethical services that fit into her busy schedule. Let's see. And the reason I'm looking at all this right now, guys, is because we are actually going to talk to this customer avatar. Okay. So again, we go like real deep into customer avatars. We go real deep into understanding your markets. We think that all the sauce, all the magic to sell out your offers and truly make something irresistible is to understand your customers on a level that your competitors aren't even thinking of. Okay. And that's why this is important. It's important to understand who she is before we give her a call. All right, so she dreams of a world where every pet has a loving home. So she really cares about these welfare animals. Her lifestyle is centered around her commitment to sustainable living and animal welfare. Does it give me what her dog's name is? It doesn't. It actually gave me, and this is again, it's not going to be the same name for all of your actual customers. That's not why I'm looking for that. I'm looking for it because when we talk to her, we want to really ask her what she wants to see in this offer, right? It doesn't look like it's here. Okay. Sometimes it'll give you exactly what kind of breed she has, what the name is, but just go with whatever's given here. Let's see. So she uses products regularly that align with her values. Okay, this is all cool. Her inner dialogue. Let's take a quick look at this. I'm always trying to find the balance between work and my passion for animal welfare. Okay, she feels like she's not doing enough. She knows that every little bit helps. I guess she lives in Seattle and she explores coffee shops, but she really just wants to do this. Okay. Marketing strategy to effectively market to Emma. We want to highlight the ethical and sustainable aspects of the dog walking service, and the optional coordinated kit. And pricing strategy is, okay, so she would like a tiered pricing strategy, so not a one size fits all. And we want to clearly communicate the value of each option and how a portion of the proceeds support animal welfare initiatives, right? This is really, really important. This keeps coming up everywhere. All right, so has anybody ever called? Have you guys ever called your customer avatar? I see some of you here from our last workshop, so that I know that you guys have. But has it even occurred to you ever that you can literally talk to your customer avatars, not just ask ChatGPT, hey, what would resonate with my perfect customer avatar? Give me some ideas that are going to resonate with them, but actually just talk to them, right? You can do a version of this in something like ChatGPT where you just tell it to role play with you and say, hey, just be this customer avatar and answer some questions and then just type back and forth. We're just going to call. Okay, great. So let me I want to make sure that I have my notes here really quick on the side. Okay. I just took some notes here on what I want to ask her. Okay, so I want to ask her what hours and days of the week she'd like her dog walked, what kind of, what she would want to see in the dog walkers, what would make it feel like a premium service where she wouldn't mind paying a premium price for it. Would she, actually want to upgrade to maybe some higher quality, the collars and all that whole set? And is there anything else that maybe we're not even thinking of that we need to have in our offer? Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to take some water first because my throat is starting to hurt. Sorry. All right. Okay, let's go.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, Emma. My name's Raheen, and I wanted to call about your pets. I heard that you have a few pets, some cats, and maybe a dog.
Okay, I have two cats, Oliver and Luna. No dog, though. What's this about?
Awesome. I love the names Oliver and Luna.
Thanks.
I heard that you also give back a lot to animal welfare shelters. Is that true?
Yes, I do volunteer at a local animal shelter. Is that why you called?
That is why I'm calling. So we actually give back to our local shelters as well. We feel very strongly about giving back to these shelters and really helping animals that are in need and not getting the proper care that they need to. We
That's great, but what exactly do you do?
So we have a dog shop. We offer a lot of dog accessories, and $1 from every purchase goes to these local welfare shelters for animals.
Okay, that sounds good. But I am a cat person, so how does that relate to me?
Well, would you want to, do you normally buy collars and things for your cats, which are eco-friendly and not only help the environment, but also help you give back to these animal shelters?
I do, yes. I try to buy eco-friendly and ethically produced products for my cats.
Awesome. Who watches your cats, and do you have anybody watching your cats when you're maybe working or going to one of Seattle's coffee shops or going to a yoga class?
I usually rely on a neighbor, but they're not always available. So I am looking for other reliable options.
Awesome. Well, would you be interested in learning more about a new service that we are looking to launch? It will be for pet sitting. So we will take care of your cats for you while you do whatever you need to do in your life. You can have a membership, so we can have this as on an ongoing basis as well. And we will have a much larger portion of these memberships going towards these welfare shelters that we already donate to. Is that something that you might be interested in learning more about?
This pet sitting service, does it only cover cats or also dogs?
It covers both, but because it is a premium service, we have experts who are, more suited for every specific type of animal and breed even. So you know that you're not going to get a dog sitter who's trying to watch your cats at the same time that she has dogs as well.
Okay, that's interesting. Tell me more about this membership.
Well, we're looking to currently structure it to really meet the needs of our customers. So, can I ask what hours and days of the week do you feel like would be best suited for your cats? When would you want this kind of pet sitting service?
Okay, that depends. I would say that it would be evenings and weekends that I would be looking for the service the most.
All right, evenings and weekends. And is this on an ongoing basis? Would that help with your lifestyle at all?
Yes, that would help me a lot. If I had someone reliable on an ongoing basis, that would be very beneficial for me.
Awesome. What's important to you in a cat sitter? What do you think what would you want to see in your cat sitters?
It's very important to me that they have experience with cats, of course, and also that they're very reliable and respectful of my space.
Awesome. Would you want to see any certifications, any specific kind of experience?
It would be nice, yes. I would definitely feel better knowing that they were certified and have a lot of experience.
All right. Is there anything else at all that would really make this the best pet sitting service for you?
Actually, yes, if you also offered eco-friendly products that I could purchase on a recurring basis, that would make it even better.
Yes. So would it help if we had an ongoing discount on any of our products if you were also a member of our pet sitting service?
Yes, that sounds like something I would be interested in.
Awesome. So when you think of a premium pet sitting business like this, of a premium pet sitting service like this, what comes to mind? What's a comfortable price point knowing that a large portion of these proceeds are going towards animal shelters?
Okay, well, considering that you're providing a premium service with certified staff and also donating a portion to local animal shelters, I would say I'd be willing to pay between $35 to $40 for each visit for my two cats. And
Sorry, go ahead.
okay, considering the value and what you're offering, I would consider it good value to pay between $35 to $40 per visit.
Okay. And since we're doing evenings and weekends, we're really looking at if we say $37 per visit, are we looking at about maybe 5 to 6 times a week?
Probably about 5 times a week, yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, if you want to give me your email, I'm happy to send over some more details about our pet sitters, their experience with cats, some of our eco-friendly products as well, and the pricing for those, as well as some of the packages and tiered options that you would have for the pet sitting service.
Okay, yes, please do. My email is emma.douts@email.keatom.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna hang up. And this is new for those of you that were at the workshop last month. You probably didn't see this before, but a lot of you were asking for a way to save that recording. So I see some cheers. So you can now save your conversation. So if you say yes, it's simply going to allow you to download it. Okay, it is a WAV file right now, which isn't as clear as an MP3, but our team is working really hard. By team, I mean my husband back there. He's working really hard to get you an MP3, which is going to be clearer. And then we will eventually have transcripts maybe for this. I don't want to make any promises, but the idea is to give you all of that gold. So I was typing and you saw that she was probably like distracted with the typing sounds. So if you don't want to be typing, you just want to have this conversation, get as much information as you can from this customer avatar. So you know exactly what needs to go into your offers. You can do that, grab the recording and then listen back to it and then put all of that into your offers. Was that the easiest thing you've ever seen in building like a perfect offer? Have you guys ever seen anything easier than this and trying to understand how, how to market to your customers? What do they want to see in your offers? Okay, awesome. That was crazy good. That was amazing. Will you share this training recording? Absolutely. Those questions were amazing. Is there a template? That's funny because when I was writing my notes yesterday on what I wanted to ask based on this business, because again, I'm not a dog walking anything. I'm not even a dog mom. So I was like, let me just pre-think this out so I don't sound like an idiot when I'm demoing this. So no, I took my own notes, but yes, it's something that came up when we were talking about this yesterday. We were like, I wonder if we should have a template on what kind of questions to ask. Yes, we're asking an AI what we want, but we are role playing. So what AI does really, really well is help us understand our customers. So the AI is already taking all the information it has about our brand, about our offer, putting that into these super hyper detailed customer avatars. You do want to make sure that the AI is going to role play and pretend to be this customer avatar. So yes, you do want to make sure that this customer avatar is exactly right based on what you already know about your customers. You want to make sure that it's super dialed in, and you can do that. If I go into edit here, I can actually come in here, and before I even speak to this customer avatar, I can go in here and say, this was never meant to be for cats. This is meant to be for dogs. And I can change that up here. And then that's who the AI will role play. Again, pretty much any tool can do this for you. You can just say, here's my customer avatar if you already have that dialed in. And then say, can you role play with me? Pretend to be this customer. What we've done is really like dialed into all of those questions. So you don't have to figure out what kinds of, what your customer avatar needs to have and how the AI needs to behave when they're role playing and being this customer, right? Their temperament, their mood, all of those things. How do they know what customer avatar to play? Well, we are clicking on the speak to me button for that specific customer avatar. All right. Let me know if there's any other confusion, but you guys see the power in literally just talking to your customer avatars to ask them what to put in your offers. Anybody here doubt the power of this when you're launching a brand new offer or trying to revive an old offer that maybe just isn't converting for you as much? Anybody doubt the power of this before you actually put this live in front of real customers? Yeah. So I'm reading some of the comments here. I don't know. AI had that capability. AI has a lot of capabilities. I think the market is just overhyped right now on things like you can create content and you can write copy, and it's all of these things that, again, that we don't like to focus on. I think that's a good byproduct, a good side effect of when you really, really get super detailed and dialed into your customer avatars. Now you know what to put in there. All right, so here's where you can edit your customer avatar if anything didn't come out right. You can also simply just regenerate it. If you're like, let's try this again, just regenerate your persona or your customer avatar, same thing. If you don't like the new version, you're like, I want to go back to that. Sometimes Control-Z, Command-Z will work. And if it doesn't work, just remember that it's not saving until you save it. That being said, there is a new feature as well. A lot of our OGs here have been asking for a save as you go feature because we know that sometimes your browser will reset or you'll accidentally click on something else and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't save that. You now have that as well. So it's going to save as you go, but it's not saving it to your actual product playbook. It's just saving it to your session. So you can actually close the tab and come back. It's still going to, unless you clear your cache, it's going to be there. And then once you're happy with it, you can go ahead and save it here. All right. Yes, you're welcome. I know the save as you go has been a little bit of a pain point, not just for you guys, but for our team as well. We're like, okay, when can we just not have to worry about whether we're going to lose anything in the middle of all of this? Okay, cool. Great. So with that, let's actually build out the rest of our offer. I know we're coming up on time here and I want to leave some questions for Q&A at the end, but really what I want, if you guys take only one thing away from today's session, I want you to take away the understanding that AI is not just here to create customer avatars for you or create content for you or create all these things for you. It's really here to do probably the most important thing that you can do for your business, which is understand your customers and what they're asking for. It's really and is this a way to never have to talk to a customer again? Absolutely not. Right? This is definitely not a way for you guys to never have to talk to a customer again. You still want to vet this and present this and get feedback from live customers. Absolutely. But hopefully you guys see that when you do this first, you're a whole lot more prepared. Right? Okay, so in the interest of time, since we've done this and I don't have time in the next 5 to 10 minutes to show you a complete offer, I'm going to show you, I did a test just in case we ran out of time. I'm going to show you what I did yesterday, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to save this. I'm going to say I'm sure. I'm going to switch back to the leash up that I was talking about. So in this one, let me show you this really quick. This was the brand customer avatar, same thing that we did today. Okay, we pull that into our brand or our product level customer avatar. Now, I will be honest with you, it is AI, so sometimes it will get more things right than wrong. And some days you're going to be like, oh, it nailed it yesterday, but today it's kind of off and you have to do some manual tweaking or just regenerate it. But I will say that the customer avatar that it gave me yesterday for the same brand, same offer, I thought was a lot more dialed in because this is a dog owner, right? I don't know why we got a cat owner, but again, it's AI. You will get that sometimes. Just regenerate or correct it yourself and you're good to go. All right. So here are some of the things that, again, very similar kind of customer. They care about animal welfare. They want to give back. They want cute accessories for their dogs and their pets, but really they just want to make sure that they are making a difference, right? It's really, really important to them. It's that underlying philosophical need that a lot of us actually have. So based on that, I added this in. So I went to their page. They have this page where they have walk sets that I thought would be if I was this business and I wanted to start a dog walking service, a premium dog walking service, what I could do is offer maybe one of these, like the basic, brown and blue one for free as a welcome present. But I was also curious, would somebody actually want to pay maybe $75 as a one-time upgrade and get, their choice of anything in the store? And so that's kind of the stuff that I asked this customer avatar. Okay. And what she told me was everything that I put in here. So again, you have this call recording. What the AI drew out from just these walk sets, it told me that the pain points that it solves are lack of stylish and matching dog walking accessories, need for durable and comfortable pet products. But my customer avatar literally told me that they're also struggling with an unmet need to have a bigger impact for dogs in local shelters, lack of dog walking services where the walkers truly love the dogs. My customer avatar yesterday was like, yeah, okay, all the certifications are great, but I really want somebody to love my dog like I love them. Otherwise, I'm not comfortable leaving them there. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into this example because I'm guessing none of you are dog walkers. Again, hopefully you're taking away the actual important part of all of this, which is that you can do this no matter what niche you're in, whatever business you have, whatever kind of offers you want to structure. You can do this. Doesn't matter if you have customers, you can do this. All right. Based on these pains, what the gains are. So I am looking for, again, this is everything that my customer avatar told me. That's why I left a space in here to show you guys. This is what the AI generated for me. And then this is what I typed in based on what my customer was telling me. Okay. They want a bigger impact. They want the ability to have some time for themselves. They want to travel and work without worrying about their dog being in good hands. peace of mind knowing that their dog is with a sitter who's certified. So I kept asking questions about what kind of certifications and experience do you want to see? And she was like, well, I want to see all the basic certifications and experience, but to me, the most important thing is somebody who will love and care for my dog while I'm away. And so now I know my messaging shouldn't just be about the technical things like, oh, all of these, sitters are vetted and we've done background checks. Like I really want to now focus on how these sitters are going to love your dog just like you do. All right. Again, features, she literally told me everything that she wanted, right? In today's avatar, the demo that we just did, she said she wants to do evenings and weekends. She'd be okay paying up to $40 per sitting. And she's talking about 5 times a week. So that's, $200 per week. I mean, that's a pretty premium subscription that I can start offering. So she's basically telling me she would be willing to pay. Is my math off? Sometimes my math goes totally off, but is that $800 a month that I can charge for dog walking? Right? Okay, cool. So let me know if you guys have any questions, any questions or any of this not making sense for your specific offers. But again, the idea is just ask your customer avatars what they want to see in your offers. Don't guess. Don't ask ChatGPT, hey, what should I put in my offer to make it resonate with my customer avatar? Just ask your customer avatar. Okay. And then based on that, it gave me an entire product positioning and messaging strategy for my offer. Okay. I got unique value propositions and attention grabbers. Okay. Again, this is for a dog walker. I'm just switching back to my customer avatar from yesterday. So hopefully there isn't a disconnect there because we just talked to a cat owner. I'm now talking about my dog owner customer avatar. So it basically told me what the value props are. Who cares and why? If you guys have heard me talking about positioning, I always say it really comes down to identifying who cares and why, right? Any new offer or idea that you want to launch, any business that you want to launch, ask yourself, who cares and why about this? Okay. New social media post, new email you want to send out, stop and ask yourself, who cares and why? If it's easy to answer that question, you've nailed it. If you're struggling to answer that question, take a moment to fix it before you send it out and put it out into the world. Okay. And some of the attention grabbers, this is what I want to use in my messaging, because your dog deserves to strut like they just got off the runway because they care about how their dogs look, right? Walks that are more personal than your diary. Like you don't have to worry about this being a personalized service. It is completely personal, just like you were taking care of your own dog. Your purchase is saving more than just your carpet from accidents, right? Like these are super snappy things that I need to know for my messaging for this to resonate with my customer avatars. Is this resonating, guys? I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself here. You guys seeing? Why wouldn't you just call your real clients? Great question. I think I already answered that. You absolutely want to call your real clients, but are your real clients always going to have the time to answer your questions? I would love to know, actually, you guys all sitting here, do you all, I have clients that I think love us. Hopefully, I would like to think so. Would you guys be okay if I just called you at random times of the day and asked you like, hey, we're going to roll out this new offer. You want to spend some time talking to me about this and tell me what you want to see in this? Like, I would like to think that you guys love us, but I don't think you love us that much. So before I do that, before I reach out to you and I'm mindful about your time and your hours and I book a call with you and make sure I'm not booking too many calls with you, I want to make sure that I'm running this by my customer avatar so I get some information. Right? You would? Okay, I'm gonna save that, Patrick. We're gonna call you. Awesome. I have used the Talk to AI feature to practice sales and it really helped me get prepared each day. Awesome. That's exactly what we want for you guys. We want you guys to be more confident in the offers that you're putting out into the world. Is anyone still feeling like we talked about the perfect offer, right? The Grand Slam offer. Is that still feeling like something you guys have no idea how to get to a Grand Slam offer? Or do you guys feel like you have what you need now? An understanding of what goes into a perfect offer, the right tools, whatever tool that is, whether it's Hey Levi or you're like, hey, I can do this in my own AI tool. That's awesome. But do you guys now have a better understanding of how you can use AI, not just to create content and copy and whatever else everyone's talking about? You guys now feel like you have what you need in order to create Grand Slam offers for your business? These calls would be enough to get you started and get traction and avoid paralysis analysis. Exactly. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I teach sales and I coach sales because I've been doing this for larger brands and businesses for so long. I hate sales calls when they feel salesy. Like if I don't know the value that I'm selling, I hate getting on those calls. I hate like sales calls to action and trying to convince somebody to buy something. If I don't know the value that I'm giving you, then please don't buy anything, because I don't believe that we need to be spending our hard-earned money on stuff that we don't actually need.
I want to add one more thing, Kunal. Reen's already said this. The question about talking to a real customer. This in no way replaces talking to an actual customer. Talking to an actual customer will always trump anything that AI comes up with. So it's not to say that don't talk to actual customers and this will help you out. Please do. If you have the option and you're lucky enough to have customers who are okay chatting with you about new offers, please go ahead and talk to your customers. This works for people who might just be starting with a new offer. You don't have customers that you can talk to, or as a sales training thing also, like I am an introvert. I find it very hard to talk to this thing. When I first created this and I was testing it, I was nervous in the first 20 seconds and I hung up because my customer avatar was rude. And so it's a way to sort of get over some of those fears as well, and practice and get better at that. So again, summarize that. If you have customers, talk to them over this. If you don't have that, use this. If you want to train and get better at just speaking and getting ready with the kind of scripts that you're going to be pitching to your real human customers when you get there, please use this. This is awesome to help out with this. I'm obviously biased. I created this, but I do think it's an awesome tool to get some practice and become better at talking to customers.
Can you guys actually see Kunal? Is your camera on? I don't see you, Kunal.
No, my camera is not on.
Come on, nobody wants to watch a black box while they have the voice of God talking to them.
Well, when they see my face, they'll prefer the black box.
Kunal is shy. Yeah, I don't think you can tell. Once he gets going, he really gets going. He will not shut up. Anyway, conversation for a different day. But okay, any questions, you guys? I want to make sure that hopefully you took away at least one thing that you've never thought to apply to your offers. Hopefully you have at least one solid thing to nail your offers today. Okay, here's a question. Can we back up one step? In creating our original customer avatar, what if we don't know our customers' innermost fears and desires already? Is there some sort of research functionality? Yes, actually, yes. So Hey Levi works in two different ways, right? One is, I'm sorry, Mark, I'm sorry. Yes, I saw your hand. I'm so sorry. You're next, I promise. So Hey Levi does two different things for you, right? Because we serve businesses of different sizes, we know that some of you are just starting out and you don't have any sort of data or understanding of your market at all. And some of you have been in business, you've been talking to your customers, you have these call transcripts and information about what your customers are saying to you, which you can use as data to create your customer avatar. So there's two ways to do it. So if you don't know anything about your market, what you want to do is there's something called Brainstorm AI that's built in, and this is just like ChatGPT for lack of a better term. But what it does is if I start a new conversation, I can pull in my brand. I don't know why it won't let me pull in my brand playbook, Kunal. I don't know if I'm on a demo account maybe, but anyway, usually when I'm not on a demo account, it will let me turn on and pull in my brand playbook and product playbook. And have a conversation. So it's like ChatGPT that's already trained on my business. So whatever you do know, if the question is more around how do you even create these playbooks for the AI to understand these things, when you go into the, I want to make sure I don't forget to talk about these a couple of things there, but when you go into your brand playbook and you hit edit, so when you're creating this for the first time, if you have information, let's say you have a website, you have webinars that you've done where your customers have kind of told you things that, really reflect who your customer avatars are, what you do for them, what your brand does, what is your secret sauce. If you have all of that in a transcript, you can upload a doc, extract brand info from a text file, or you can just put on your URL here. It will help you understand everything else. It will fill in all of this for you. Right. So you can do this manually if you're like, no, I got it. I know exactly what my market is about and what I do special. I just don't know how to put it into words. You can just type this all out manually, or you can use data that you already have. But basically what the AI is helping you do here is identify who your target audience is, right? What does your brand do for your audience? What is the biggest thing your brand stands against? What is it that you do best that your competitors maybe don't do? And what is the one action you want your audience to take, right? It's all about what is that one thing you want them to take towards working with you and your brand. And then from there, it will, and this is all automatic. Once you have these pieces done, again, if you already have information, I'll just scrape that for you. You can add in anything you want manually. The rest of it just does for you. So then you just click on buttons and it does the rest for you. So I'm going to like exit out of this. Oh, where's my cancel button? Excuse me. Okay. So yeah, the rest of it just does for you. It takes that understanding. So we have what at this point, I don't know, 300 plus built-in prompts, Kunal. I keep losing track, but we have a lot of built-in prompts into the app. So you guys don't have to worry about prompting it. It already understands all of your business related prompts that you could possibly need to understand your customer avatars, understand your brand narrative, your customer's journey with you, their pain points, their deep inner desires, your brand positioning, your offer positioning, all of these things, your value propositions at both a brand level and every single offer that you create, taglines, identity pillars, even colors and fonts. It will help you identify that based on your customer avatar. If you use Hey Levi, you'll see customer avatar written everywhere because it is obsessed with making everything about your customer avatar. Do you have matchmaking business prompts built in? No, sorry, but we do. If you're a high level agency, you can actually upload your own prompts as well to the UI for your customers. So if you have customers who are interested in that, I'd highly recommend doing that. But just to wrap things up really quick before I forget, so this was the product that we looked at. So what we ran out of time to do together, but you can see once you start working through the process that we got the meat of it done together today, it will help you create not just the features that need to go into your offer to make this a Grand Slam offer, but also how to position and what kind of messaging to use for each of those value propositions. How do you communicate those value propositions to each of your market segments and your customer avatars? Your elevator pitches, your product brief, and your sales brief, how you're going to handle objections when it comes to it for this customer avatar for this offer. All right. All right, Mark, sorry. Okay, go. Sorry.
I kind of know the answer already, so don't worry too much. But once you created this, you create basically all the copywriting for like emails, funnels, anything that you want, ads, just by clicking on the marketing content or the sales content on the left side, right? And then you select the playbook, whatever you created, and then everything just simply roll out.
Exactly. Yeah. So each of these work a little bit differently, but exactly. So you can, a lot of these will automatically pull in your brand playbook. Some of them you have the option to pull in a brand and a product playbook or just one of the two. But yes, exactly. So everything in Hey Levi is built around your customer avatar. Again, super deep, obsessive understanding of them. And then building out your playbooks for your brand, for each of your offers, helping you nail your brand voice. That's also really important. So making sure that anything that you create sounds like you or who you want to sound like. And then, yes, you can create any sort of marketing content or sales copy or images also. And we're going to have a text to video soon as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thanks, Mark. Darren, I see your hand raised.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Amazing, freaking amazing product.
Awesome.
Cool.
Glad to hear it.
Pat yourselves on the back, guys. Excellent.
Thank you, guys.
My question is, I don't have a lot of time, though I enjoyed this webinar. Is there a place I can go to get the same quality of information without sitting in weekly on a webinar?
So we don't do them weekly, we do them monthly. And each month we show a whole different part of the app, which is worse. Okay. So everything that we do, all of our replays, all of our last workshops and webinars, we are adding to our YouTube channel. So we put them up on a limited time replay with a page. If there's any, for new people, if you guys want to check out the app and upgrade, there will be, some coupon codes that are going out your way, things like that. But at the end of the day, when everything is taken down, we just store everything on YouTube to be super transparent with you guys. Yeah. So does that answer your question? Does that help?
Let's see. What's your channel name, please?
It's at Haley. Actually, team Jackie and Maha, can you drop the YouTube channel in here, please? Actually, just drop a link to maybe last month's replay. I know we talked about that quite a bit. So if anyone wants to check that out, the replay.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay. This should suffice. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you have any other questions that come up, you know where to find us, hopefully. You can always use the chat widget on our website. You can email us at help@heylevi.ai. Multiple ways to reach us. So yeah, feel free to reach out at any time. Joe, I see that you are asking very passionately about the matchmaking business. So no, we're not matchmaking experts. We don't have matchmaking business prompts built in. What we have are general business prompts that are built in. So it's really going to help you understand your business and your customer avatar from a very more of a, from a business perspective. If you are in the matchmaking business where, you probably have prompts that work really well. Is that true? You have prompts that, yes. Okay, I see 2 thumbs up. Awesome. So I don't know if you're a high level agency, but if you're a high level agency, you can actually upload your own prompts. And without giving away your prompts to your customers and your sub accounts, you can just upload the prompts to your agency account and it will show up in the UI. So yeah, hopefully, does that help? Okay, awesome. Yeah. We don't have any specific, any verticals. So anything for specific, matchmaking or even dog sitting. We don't have specific prompts built in for a vertical, but it's really easy to use the app, with all of the business related prompts that are built in to dial it in for your niche, your audience, your specific industry, and then also upload your prompts if you'd like, if you're on the white label. Awesome. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you guys for all the great questions, by the way. This is so fun. I know we're coming up on time, and so I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but any questions at all about anything that we covered today?
So Nick T asked, I have all of this filled out. I think this is referring to the brand playbook. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but this question is, I have all of these filled out, just not sure how confident I should be in the answers I have.
I don't see that question, but
it's a fair bit. If you
okay.
scroll up, you'll see that. But yeah, that was the question. I think it's around brand playbook.
Yeah, if you're here and you want to unmute, please feel free to do so. Let me know what that question was for. If that was for your brand playbook, your product playbook.
Yeah, this is Nick. I can explain. It was really more the brand playbook. So I subscribed to Hey Levi maybe like 6 months ago, and I did the initial setup steps, and then I got busy and I let things slip away. And now, obviously, I want to update the brand playbook. Things have changed a little bit with our offer, a little bit, but so I don't know if I just need to restart from scratch, if there's a way to just delete everything, or if I could just edit what I have. But how do I'm looking to do some sort of research to get to know my avatar better.
Yeah. So the only thing that, stays kind of locked in once you create it. Am I unmuted? Yeah, I'm unmuted. So the only thing that stays locked in once you create it in the brand playbook is the name of the brand. And the reason is we are making, we're constantly, building into Hey Levi to help it understand your brand better. And so the only idea behind that, honestly, guys, was just so that, you're not trying to do too many different brands or businesses in the same account, which is going to confuse the results that you get as well. So if you do have a need to change your brand name, just email us at help@heylevi.ai. We'll take care of it for you. But everything else you can edit and redo. So, for example, this is a completely built out brand playbook. I can come in here and simply, type over this or, put in a new URL here. It'll rejig all the answers here for me. I can add in whatever I need to, and then I can regenerate everything. I just have to go in and click through all the buttons again. So it'll regenerate my narrative for me, and including my customer avatar. It'll regenerate the propositions and taglines, identity pillars and colors, all of that, right? Fonts, whatever. And then you can also upload your logo or create one. Use AI to create one here.
Okay, so let's say, could you scroll up just one question on this?
Yeah.
All right, so let's say on one of those questions where I've got a really nicely filled out paragraph at the top. Okay, customer avatar.
Sorry. Yeah. This
Yeah,
one.
okay, so what does your brand do? How about that one right above it? Yeah, so something that's really nicely filled out. And if I go and type over it, I'm only going to type out one phrase, maybe a few words. How do I go from just a few words, like a really brief thing, to like a nicely filled out paragraph like this?
Oh, okay. So this right now, it's just because we already have a website. It doesn't have to be this filled out. You guys can get, really dialed in results, even if you just have one line that you have to say about it. Definitely try it out. If you want to go deeper, you want to open up Brainstorm AI here while you're kind of thinking about this. And you can just start a chat and be like, okay, so help me think this through. This is what my brand does. And for this kind of person, can you help me kind of dial into what this would be? Like, what are the characteristics of my target market, since we're talking about customer avatar, whatever it is that you need to ask. And then you can do that here and just copy and paste those answers in here as well.
Okay, thank you very much. If we're reselling high level as an example, does it know what high level does and all the features of it, or do I need to type that stuff in?
It doesn't. So if you put in high level's URL, it'll be able to scrape all of that. If you have your white label website, it'll scrape all of that.
Okay.
It doesn't inherently know what high level is or what high level does.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're very welcome. For anyone who has to hop off, I know we're at time. And again, I want to be respectful of your time. We're going to hang out for a little while longer to answer any leftover questions. I still see some questions in the chat. But for any of you that need to drop off, thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate your time. I hope I was able to provide some value to you. I completely understand what it takes for business owners like yourselves to show up for a workshop like this on a Monday. So thank you. Really appreciate your time. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. And yeah, if you have any feedback or anything, we'd love to hear from you. Okay, I'm going to get back to some of these questions because I want to make sure that I can answer as many questions as I can. Speaking of prompts, I have built custom GPTs. Can I upload them? So your custom GPTs are built in ChatGPT, which is not the API. So if you're whether you're a standalone user of Hey Levi or a white label customer using high level, you are not connecting your ChatGPT. You're signing up for an API key. Right, so that API key doesn't actually get attached or know what your custom GPTs are. So unfortunately, the answer is no, because those custom GPTs live in ChatGPT. However, if you wanted to convert them into an app like this where it's in your UI and you're offering it to your sub accounts, you could turn them into prompts, format them the way we show you guys how to format them for our app, and then upload them to the app for your customers, if that makes sense. Let me know if that helps. I'd recommend saving existing brand playbooks before regenerating. Yeah, great point. So if you have something already, like I said, it doesn't save or overwrite over anything unless you save it. So if you like it and you're like, I want to come back and maybe perfect it, you can save it, come back, edit it, and then work over it. And if you're not happy with it, just exit out of it without saving and it'll go back to the previous version. If you do like what you just created, you'll want to make sure to save that as well. So just the actual brand title is locked in, but literally 100% of anything you want, you just keep copying and pasting infinite updates as much as you want. Exactly. You can edit this. Again, we don't think of playbooks as a one and done thing because again, your market is not a one and done static, piece of your business. They're the core dynamic piece of your business. And so you really want your brand and your offers to be evolving with them. ChatGPT does inherently know what high level is. Yeah, because ChatGPT is connected to the internet. We are releasing agents very soon, which will be connected. Right now, Hey Levi just learns whatever you give it. So if you give it, again, high level's website URL, it will learn from that. All right. You guys sell a white label of Hey Levi. Yeah, so if you go to heylevi.ai/white label, you'll see all of our white label plans there, Joe. If you're still here, you're not on my screen anymore, but hopefully I didn't miss you there. But yeah, you can, and the code that I know my team has been sharing in the chat, that applies to white label plans as well. It is so if you sign up for a monthly, it'll apply to your first month. And if you sign up for the annual, it'll apply to the whole year. And then you'll get grandfathered into the 20% off annual after that as well. All right. Okay, so my team's letting me know that I missed a question here. Edward asked, I know when to use avatars for products. From your point of view, when or where or for what do you use the brand avatar? So that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. So think of it this way. So anything at a brand level is usually what your marketing material needs to reflect, right? Your marketing is going to reflect the needs of your brand level customer avatars. It's a broader audience. Think of it as your social media channel, right? You have one social media channel usually for your entire audience. You don't have a separate social media channel for each market segment, right? But when you create offers or anything that you want to sell, those are usually structured for each market segment, right? So anything that is marketing related is going to feed off of your brand playbook, and anything that is sales related or offer related, which is what we covered today, is going to feed off of your product playbooks. So hopefully that helped. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions with that. But yeah, it's basically, if you look at the engagement hub here, everything under marketing content, so all of these modules all of them are feeding off of your brand playbook. And everything under the sales content, this is all sales related, they are feeding off of a combination of your brand and your product playbooks. Cool. As always, you provide a ton of value. Thank you, Edward. So good to see you here. What's the best way to create your brand voice if you don't already have a bunch of content to populate? I don't want to mispronounce your name, Kelly. Hopefully I said that right. Sorry. But if you don't have a brand voice that you are thrilled with yet, or you just don't have enough content, I don't promote plagiarism at all. So quick disclaimer before I say what I say, but there's no harm in learning from somebody that you do admire. Like if you like their writing style, their speaking style, maybe you like 3 different people and you want to combine them. You can have 3 different brand voices to reflect each of those, or you can simply combine them and make your own custom brand voice based on there. So really any content that you can either copy and paste in, or if there's a URL where you really like the copy on the website, just feed it in, tweak it to really make it your own, make it your brand voice, and that's what will get fed in everyone. You can have more than the free plan only allows for 1 brand voice, 1 core brand voice, but you can have multiple unlimited brand voices on any of the other plans. All right, Mark, you're going to spend some time with the kids. Awesome. Happy President's Day and President's Week for anybody here in the US. The kids are home today, so I'm actually surprised that our kids haven't come in and disturbed us even once. It's a miracle. What's the best way to create your brand? Okay, we already answered that. +1 new subscriber. Awesome, Darren. That helps. Where can I learn about formatting for Hey Levi? Patrick, did you want to unmute? I'm not sure what kind of formatting you're looking for.
Oh yeah, so you were just mentioning about formatting for the prompting in the agency version.
Yes. Okay. Where can you learn about formatting? Okay, I get it. So you can reach out to us. You can just book a call with us if you want us to show you. But basically, the short answer there is that in your agency level app, you'll have agency level settings, right? Where you have feature tiers. So each of your feature tiers, you'll see upload custom prompts. There's a little setting where you can upload, and you can also download our CSV template. That template will show you exactly how to format your prompts and upload them.
Ah, okay. I haven't looked in that in probably a year, so okay.
Yeah, give it a try. It's pretty easy to
Okay.
use. Once you see how they're formatted, it's really easy to put it together.
Okay.
And Patrick, while I still have you, the VOC issue is fixed, so you should be able to use that. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you earlier.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys are awesome, by the way.
Thank you. So are you. Thank you for showing up to all of our workshops. We love it. Do you guys have a white label of Hey Levi? Yeah, I think we already answered that one. And yes, you get the 20% off the first month or year with the code as well on the white label ones as well. White label link, affiliate program. Yes, for the white label only. We currently don't have one for the standalone. Honestly, we're just trying to provide as much usage in our standalone as we can and keep our price points as low as possible. But yes, we will figure it out, and we will eventually have an affiliate program for that one as well. Great session. How do I get an affiliate link? Yeah, so I know that Maha's been sharing the affiliate link. It's also in the footer of our white label page if anyone wants to, is wondering where to find it after the call. Great session. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you and appreciate all the engagement. Love all the feedback from you guys and the questions from you guys. It helps us make sure that our future workshops are going to be answering valuable questions for you guys and give you some actionable value is what I wanted to say. And I pronounced your name correctly. Awesome, Callie. Thank you as always. Great session. Now go enjoy the week with your kiddos. Thank you. Yeah, we're taking them up to Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know if any of you guys know or familiar with that, so we're super excited. Thank you so much. This was great. If I already use a white label version of GHL, can I still use a white label version of Hey Levi? Okay, it looks like Kanal already answered that one. That was a good distinction for me. Brand avatar for marketing content, sales avatar for sales content. Thank you, Edward, for giving us that feedback. So I guess that isn't clear enough in the app and we'll build it in. This is really helpful for us to see as well. So thank you. Very nice meeting. Awesome. Okay, this is excellent. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you guys being here. I don't see any other questions, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But again, thank you so much for being here. We are going to have ongoing workshops every month. Team, if you can add that link one more time to our calendar, make sure that you're subscribed to the calendar. You still want to look out for our registration links for each workshop, only so that you get links to the replay. If the replay doesn't matter to you, just come join us. Just jump into the Zoom link. Those the calendar invites all have the Zoom link instead of the registration link. So jump in. We have the next two already scheduled out. And we're going to keep adding to the calendar as well. So yeah, thanks, Kanal. So the calendar of events is there. Make sure you subscribe to it. Yeah, happy Monday and happy rest of your week. We'll see you guys either in our email or next month at our next workshop. Thanks, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.